All right, so Universal Audio has released another microphone and new software. The microphone is called the SC1. They say it is a retro-inspired large diaphragm condenser with their new what's called hemisphere mic modeling. And you might be asking yourself, didn't they just do this? No, this is a different plugin modeling software and a different microphone. Not only have I never used any of their mic modeling, but I've never used any modeling mic. So I thought it would be pretty fun to check this out. The microphone, like I said, they already have a couple modeling microphones. This microphone is $499. So if you get this mic with the Hemisphere modeling software, you'll be able to model 8 different large diaphragm condensers. In full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Sweetwater. They did send me these to make this video to put out on release day. So I don't normally do a lot of these like embargoed product release things, but this looks pretty interesting, especially for the price point. Big thanks to Sweetwater for sending me this stuff to be able to make this video, try these, and share it with you. If you think these are cool, there's some affiliate links down in the description to them. Those help support the channel. And then, of course, as I'm going through this, leave your thoughts down below on this. All right, so the microphones come with this little clip here to put them on, so. All right, so I got the SC1s up. As you can see, I'm doing a Glenn Johns thing with them over here. And then I just put this SD1, which is like a SM7 kind of mic, kind of mono kit right in the center here. And I've just matched the distance to the center of the snare between the 3 mics. All right, now aside from these mics on drums, I'm also using them on percussion, and I put the SC1 in front of my bass cabinet, and I actually plugged in a couple different synthesizers just for fun to have some like mid-range kind of stuff and some low-end sounds that I can record through the microphone. I also recorded acoustic guitar with 2 of the SC1s in a stereo mic placement. I've been loving recording acoustic and stereo lately, so we'll be able to listen to drums, a bass synth recorded through the SC1, acoustic guitar through the SC1, some percussion, and then the Juno running through the bass amp as well. Also, if you're recording through your Apollo, you can load the Hemisphere plugin onto the channel you're recording through, still use your Unison pre, and actually flip through the different microphones that are in Hemisphere while you're listening before you even start to record, and you can record through it. Or if you want, you can just record without the Hemisphere plugin, just record the mic and then load it into your DAW after the fact and switch through the different models. We're just going to record the microphone on its own so we can hear the mic, and then we'll load up Hemisphere and we'll listen to some of the different models that are on there. All right, so now I've recorded a handful of different things using the SC1 modeling microphone. We'll start with the Hemisphere plugin, which is the modeling software, bypass, so we can just hear the mics here. Let's start on the drums, drum overheads. That's 2 of these mics in a Glenn Johns mic placement over the drum kit. And then let's listen to the same thing, but with the SD1 mic. This is just the SD1. Okay, and let's listen to both of those together. Okay, so now that you've heard both the SC1 and the SD1. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm going to turn on our Hemisphere plugin here, and I think it defaults to the 47 microphone, but you can see the plugin here. You've basically got 3 spots up in the front. You can choose your source, which is obviously the microphone that you're using as your source. And then you can choose the microphone that you would like to model. I'm going to go with the 47 here, and you've got your output on it. And then there's a couple other controls here. You can flip your phase. The filters have different options for high pass filters, and you have this proximity knob to basically model, moving it a little bit closer or further. Then you also have this axis knob here. And then your power, which is obviously just turning it on or off. But yeah, let's turn this on. We're just going to listen to the SC1s on overheads and see how those sound. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on. Totally different. Yeah, let's flip through a couple of these and hear what it sounds. I'll keep the overheads soloed, and we can hear the different models soloed, and then I'll bring in the rest of the kit so we can kind of hear what it sounds like in context with the other mics. Okay, so let's solo. This is our U47. Let's go the exact opposite direction and go down to our 800 here. Okay. Now let's go to the 67. '87. Let's do that same exercise here, but with the SD1, because with the Hemisphere plugin, you can do the same thing. You can pick, your SD1, the SP1, or SC1 as your source, and then flip through the different models they have here. And obviously, since this is a dynamic mic, there's some different options than on the SC1. So we'll start on the DN7 here. I'm in bypass right now. I'm going to put this proximity back to 0. So we're in solo. Hemisphere is bypassed, and then I'll turn it on as it's playing back. Pretty good. Wow. So let's put all these drum mics in together and then just flip through. Let's start on the overheads. Okay, so this is the 47. Pretty cool. All right, let's mess around with this proximity thing. I'm gonna grab our 87 here. Okay, yeah, definitely easier to tell in solo. It's interesting. I wonder how they do it. And let's do acoustic guitar now. So here's the acoustic guitar with no Hemisphere plugin on, and then I'll flip it on with the 47. Okay, now let's turn it on. Interesting. It's always fun trying to make decisions like this in solo, because then when you put it in the mix, everything changes. So that's on the acoustic guitar. We can play around with the proximity on that as well. And if it's unclear, what you're doing here is basically moving the mic further from you and closer to you. Did a pretty good job with the user interface here, just making it very clear what's happening. Also, so when I recorded drums, I just did kick in, kick out, snare top, bottom, toms, and then the SC1's on overheads and the SD1 on mono kit. So it's very dry. Right? But then I added in the UA RMX16 small room, and then I added in the Ocean Way room. And here it is in context. Pretty cool. So if you're interested, this is the SC1. It's $4.99. There's a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out or pick some up. Affiliate links for Sweetwater. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.